Okay, for today's presentation, I'm going to talk about Walt Whitman, who was born in May 30, 1819, in West Hill, Long Island. He worked as a journalist, teacher, government employment, and voluntary nurse during the American Civil War. He, his work is part of the transition between transcendentalism and philosophical realism, incorporating both movement into his work. He is considered among the most influential writers in the American common and has been called the father of free verse. His work was highly controversial at the time. In particular, Hebrews book Leaf of Grass, described as obscene for its open reference to poetry or homosexuality. Whitman's sexuality has been as discussed as his work, although he was commonly being considered homosexual or bisexual. It's not clear that Whitman had any sexual relationship with another man, for which followers continue to debate. The poet refers to political issues through his life. He supported the Wilmot Clause and opposed the extension of slavery, although he was highly critical of the abolitionist movement. In 1865, he wrote the famous poem of Captain, My Captain, in tribute to Abraham Lincoln after his uh, assassination. His poetry arises from essentially human concerns of the movement and internal from the search for his self, from introspection, from meditation, from dialogue with himself, with nature, with God. Whitman is not only an experimental poet, he is one of the few authors whose experience has been happy in modern times. The impetuousness of poetic torrent is full of archaism, Americanism, French elements, and work which made him an innovator who tried to give the language a cosmopolitan scope. But Whitman is perhaps America's fierce democratic poet. The free verse he adopts in his work reflects a naively naturalized and accessibly poetic language. He overchanging themes, the individual, the nation, the body, the soul, and everyday life, and work mirror the primary values of Americans founding then and now. His poetry is for everyone, as Whitman asserts later in the preface to Live Grace. The genius of the United States is not best or most in its executive or legislature, nor is a professor or author or college or church or pillars, nor even in its in newspaper or inventor, but always most in the common people. By viewing the United States as the greatest poem, Whitman links the essence of poetry, which is unity in diversity, with the essence of democracy within the epic poem, and that is the United States. A president is just a figure.